right, you guys are tuned into episode 36 of the Lyrical Fix Podcast.
Yeah.
Me and this bitch.
This bitch with your host, Kid Pro.
My name is Sade.
Yeah, you already know. Let me just get right to the shit since we always take forever to do this the past couple episodes. But you can find us on IG at the Lyrical Fix Pod. You can catch us on Audio Mac, Anchor, Apple, Spotify, YouTube, Pocket Cast, a whole bunch of other casts. I was trying to remember all the damn names, but I couldn't. Make sure to like, rate, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff. Keep us hot out in these podcast streets. And we'll be continuing to make clips, put them out on IG and YouTube, keeping the content going. Always thinking of more new, fresh, innovative ways to do this shit and get it going while we're in quarantine, and we're making the best out of a crazy situation. So how you doing today, Sade?
Chilling. Got my wine. I'm good to go.
All right. I got my thing, my vices.
What was I gonna say? So first let's give a shout out to our new producer of the month, Nissa, and that's gonna be A.Corn, but CORYN on IG. I came across, so the opening beat was her submission into the Keith Chandler, like what he was doing, the producer battle. And she's a young girl. She I think she's just getting her start with this, or I don't know exactly how long she's been doing it. We didn't really get to talk, but she's super dope. And she currently has a beat tape out on Apple and probably other DSPs. It's titled Introspect. So definitely go check that out. But yeah, shout out to Nissa.
Definitely gotta get her on the show then as well. We gotta get last month's producer. Shout out to him.
Yeah, Sterling Example.
At the Sterling Example.
Sterling Example, sorry. Yeah.
That
one was dope. We gotta get Spencer on here.
Yeah, we gotta. He's a producer and MC, so definitely gotta talk to him, especially with this project that came out. But yes, also shout out to Nissa, who's providing the beats for us, curating the vibes for us this month.
That girl's so dope.
That's what's up. Yeah, no, it's gonna be great to meet it. So moving on from that though, how have you been? What's up with this week? How's this week been for you in quarantine?
Just been chilling. Me and Vaughn have nothing crazy. Me and Juan have started looking at houses since eventually this, like, I seen the meme, and I think I mentioned a while ago, the whole, like, with it, because we're pretty much in a recession or on the brink of it, that millennials are going to be, like, buying their first houses and shit like that. So I thought about it. I was like, because me and him always had a plan, but then when I took a break in a career to move to another career and lost a lot of money with that, that move did kind of delay our plan by a lot. Right. So yeah, this apartment we weren't supposed to be here this long. We should have been left. But yeah, so now I'm like, all right, let me just check some stuff out. And then I noticed some houses in this area that we live in now that he wants to stay in, that like dropped, like foreclosures that dropped like $20,000 in just like the past month or two. So shit like that.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
I had no idea it was. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I can see that happening now. All the millennials buying up the houses. Shit's about to change again.
Yeah, and it's not like that was the most extreme. Most of them are dropping about like $10,000. But that what was it? The one that dropped $20,000, that shit was just beautiful. Oh, yeah, I don't know, but we're still looking around and weighing our options and shit. It's not gonna happen. The northwest bumblefuck.
Easy. Yeah, you gonna stop putting disrespect on my county, yo. I'm in the north. It's the treacherous mountains of the north, but you gotta chill out. West bumblefuck. Right.
West bumblefuck. You're still in the north, though. I mean, it's the best place to be. What's been going on with you, though?
Oh well, after
you've had a good week. Well, past couple days.
Has it been a good week? I mean, I guess. I mean,
productive.
Let me just start by saying you lit a fire under my ass last week. It was unintentional first, but then I pushed it, and then you just went like, yeah, you know what, nigga, yeah.
I agreed. I wasn't gonna push it, and then And then you mentioned again, I was like, oh, we're gonna do this. Okay. I've been
It's
holding
always
that
cool.
back. I've been holding that back too. So it was good to
Have
release
you?
that. Yeah. Well, I told you, I thought about, I was debating on saying something, but I'm like, nah, he's in a funk. It's fine. Certain situations,
Okay, all
I'll
right,
let it
fair enough.
rock. Yeah.
Fair enough. But yeah, so I'm like, I got to get more productive. I did some
Hmm.
digging around, found out some stuff. Turned out that this laptop that I'd borrowed from a friend had some recording software on it.
Nice.
I'm like, you know, whatever, a little
Yeah.
better late than never.
Mm-hmm.
So made a couple trips, got some stuff that I needed, ordered some stuff off of Amazon, and I'm gonna have to rearrange my room a little bit and try to set up like a home recording space. Who knows how much longer this is gonna go? But in the meantime, I can learn how to record myself, possibly even in the future, like learn how to mix my own stuff.
Yeah. Okay, why not?
So, I'm taking advantage of, the stuff I have. And like I always say, and I always preach to people, YouTube is your friend. So that's what I've
Mm-hmm.
been doing. So,
Yeah.
by the end of this week, I'll be fucking recording my own shit,
Dope.
you
Because
know?
if you already
Yeah.
had, what's it called? If you already learned how to do your own videos, and in this time there was kind of a funk, and it's like, fuck, what am I gonna do? I barely have a corner to myself. I mean, it's good that you're finally making that room for yourself to
Hell
really
yeah.
do what you like. It's gonna make you sane. It's gonna protect your sanity for sure.
Yeah, man. This is exactly what I've been talking about. I've been seeing other rappers do it too, like the whole DIY thing, making it
Mm-hmm.
happen. Shout out
Yeah.
to Prospect, one of the other guys. Like we've had conversations about how tough this has been for us, but we've
Yeah.
been trying to find our ways. And, people like you, people like guests that have been, throwing suggestions and advice and stuff. It goes a long
Mm-hmm.
way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like at the end of the day, we have the resources. At least we've got our cash saved up. We can put our money and invest in this shit and try to make more
Mm-hmm.
shit happen for us.
Yeah. No, for
Yeah,
sure.
man.
So
I'm
how's the Aries is like
so
by the door.
Aries.
He wants to come in. I close the door. No, I'm not getting up. He's like looking at me. What was I gonna say? Shit.
Yeah.
Oh, but how's like the process going with that? Like with the little home studio?
Oh, I mean, right now it's just a matter of rearranging everything and
Mm-hmm.
finding room for it and connecting everything, all the wires and stuff to connect that. I got the headphone adapter that I needed.
Oh, nice.
Everything is set up. Computer is working. At,
Good.
at, at this point right now, Obi has been helping me. He's also been great with this. Shout out to him. He's
Mm-hmm.
just saying like, "Yo, I just need the raw vocals, the beat, all the takes. Send them in the zip
Yeah.
file, and I'll mix the shit, and that's it." So
Nice.
he
There you
knows what
go.
it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. I mean, I could be over there. I'm the type. I'm not trying to spread nothing to nobody or be that type of guy or bring it or nothing like that. I'm just playing it careful right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Other people are cool with it. Other people, not so whatever. I'm just like playing it safe. Like the other day, man. Oof, I had to do a random birthday drive-by. I was involved in one of these. You know them shits you seen online and
With
shit.
the
I
honking and
was,
everything. Yeah.
yeah, I was involved. I didn't want to go. I was like, "Fuck it, I'll go. I ain't letting you go alone. Like, I'll rock with you." I didn't know the
Yeah.
person. It was for a friend's son, third birthday party. 3 years
Mm-hmm.
old. The kid has no idea what's going on. There's a
No.
quarantine. He don't know what's going on. But all of a sudden, we're out there. There's a crowd of like 10 people, the mom, the dad, the kids, little kids from the neighborhood. They're all biking around,
Mm-hmm.
and two of the kids are coming to each car with cupcakes with gloves on and a mask.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and the rest of them have no masks on, and I'm just like, I don't know whether to feel like weirded out or try to be okay with all these people outside together with no masks
Oh,
on.
they were actually outside the car.
They were outside the cars. Like
Oh
there was people
no.
that was driving by honking, and then there was a group of kids in the neighborhood, and the mom
Yeah.
and the dad holding the kid saying with happy birthday signs, and everybody's like around them saying happy birthday, and we're driving by waving,
Oh
and then
no.
we turned the block around, stopped, parked, and then the kids brought us cupcakes,
Mm-hmm.
and they had gloves on. It's to me it felt weird because
Yeah.
I just don't know how to handle all this shit yet. This is the first time I've been out besides the supermarket where I'm seeing people without masks.
Yeah. No, that's not cool. No.
It's so I didn't know how to take it. I'm like, I'm staying in
Yeah.
my car. I didn't want to get out. We didn't get out. We just kept it moving. Like we
Mhm.
stopped and said hi, like with the windows down. But nobody
Yeah.
had their masks on, and they're outside. And I'm just like,
Are these like the people that no mask on? Were those people maybe living in the house that were already together,
possibly,
or
yeah. But this was, I don't even know if this was
it's
at their
still
house. I don't know. I don't even know if this was at their house. This wasn't at their house. This was like, I don't know. This was somewhere outside
that's fucking
on the
weird.
block.
No.
It was, so to me, just to me, I'm
Mhm.
just saying my opinion. To me, it was weird. So, because everywhere
Yeah.
I've been, it's like mask. Like that's it.
If I'm around somebody, the only time I'll take my mask off is if I'm already like leaving ShopRite, walking to my car, nobody around, and I can't breathe. So I'm like, that's about it. Or if I'm in my car or I'm home, that's probably it.
Right.
But nah,
It's just
fuck
just
that
been.
shit.
It's just an
Yeah,
interesting
yeah.
time, man. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like sometimes we go way too long with these. Is that just me or?
Sometimes,
Because
yeah.
I can get into a bunch of shit.
This is part of like our therapy. So we're just talking and shit.
Yeah. You know what it is? I think I'm just gonna try to shorten my rants. Because by the
People
time
appreciate them.
it, when that's true. Shout out to everybody that does. When I do rant, yeah, I usually go off and I vent to you like 2 days beforehand, and then you calm me down. Then they're not as bad as
Yeah.
they could have been.
I wanted to shout out the people over at the Scene podcast. Bree had reached out to me, so I
Right, right.
checked her shit out, and they do. And I already told you they do like reviews. So they have like a family night. They watch like a TV show or a movie. So they did Black as Fuck. They did The Invisible Man. The Black as Fuck episode was really funny. That was a good one. But they just do reviews. So it's like
Okay.
when you watch a movie with somebody and then you know you're leaving the movie theater or the movie's done and you're home and you guys talk about it. That's pretty much what it is. So it's pretty dope. She had me cracking up. She was cool. She was really funny and she loved the goat rant. So I'm saying people love rants. Just saying. Well, they love your
I
rants.
feel you. I mean, I do have a bunch. I
We
am
should
a, I'm a, I do get
not to
perplexed every now and then. Maybe we can give that a segment name too. It doesn't have to be grind my gears, but I feel you on that. Here's here's my rant. Not really a rant, just more of a realization, more of a revelation. I don't even think this is that really uh, new of an idea,
yeah.
but it's just like when I was thinking more about my whole goat rant that I had last week, and I thought
Mhm.
about how rapping has evolved since when it first started.
Yeah.
Towards like that party style, like the flows is what I'm talking about. Maybe not so more the content. Content's always the same, just people just
Yeah,
advance on
yeah,
it.
yeah.
But what I'm
Mhm.
trying to say is that the '80s flow was more of that party vibe, like dun, 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 to where the
Mhm.
'90s is that boom bap flow that like me and other rappers that I fuck with are more accustomed to, and now that new style, which is more of like quote unquote vibe,
Yeah.
like the way that choppy flow is, like that is the new style now. That is the way that motherfuckers are just learning how to rap. Like when
Yeah.
people are rapping, like you just learn how to rap that style. So when you ask a person like that to do an acapella, it kind of always sounds the same. Like when you do that boom bap flow acapella, you can just kind of maneuver it and say it however you'd like.
I think it's probably easier the boom bap flow if you do a cappella or like a cipher type thing. It would be easy to change. You can kind of like you can tweak the flow of that. But when it's choppy, you can't really tweak it because I feel like it's chop I feel like they started doing that choppy shit for emphasis. So it's like when somebody's saying a word and I mean they're somebody's talking and then they pause and then say the final word for that emphasis. Maybe it's like that.
Yeah,
Like that.
it's kind of in a way. Yes, I hear where you're going with the yes. Actually, absolutely. I kind of fucking agree with you now more too with that. But
Mhm.
um, with that new style too, like as much as I want to hate on it and think like, yo, this is just a phase. Like motherfuckers should just be rapping like they should be. I feel like an old, cranky, grumpy motherfucker because I hear dudes like Drake, I hear dudes like Royce that can
Mhm.
copy those flows now, and they're putting their lyricism into it,
Yeah.
and it's not as lyrical as it could be if they're doing a boom bap flow, but it's still lyrical in that way. And I'm like, fuck it. Who am I to complain now? Like I gotta go just as hard as they can. and I'm
Yeah.
trying to give it more of a pass now. I'm
Well,
like, fuck it, I can do it too. If they can evolve, I can evolve.
yeah, because for especially for the big names and the mainstreams, the mainstream artists, it's they do that because it's not only about the involving of evolving. Sorry, it's not only about that, but it's also okay. So this is the new thing. Let's try it out. Let's see if we can bring that audience over here to be now part of my audience. And then if they like that from me, maybe they'll like my other stuff. So I
Right.
think that's why that's part of, like, for instance, Drake, that's part of his like aesthetic, because he does so much stuff and the whole culture vulture shit. I think that's part of his growth, and not only that, but it's his growth, and on top of that, bringing more fans into it, into his circle, into his mix.
Yeah,
So yeah.
he really is like, and it's. I mean, a lot of people hate to say it, but
Yeah.
that guy Drake really is the overall artist. Like that dude.
No, he is.
When you want to talk about, when people always want to say like, "Yo, I'm versatile. I can do anything." That is the definition of versatile.
No, yeah, he is, and I think that's why
Regardless of
he's
the whole
been
culture
so
vulture thing.
successful. Yeah.
Exactly. Hell yeah. Like you just see it now. With every
Hmm.
release, he can do any style, literally any style, and make it
Yeah.
sound dope. Like whether the lines are cheesy or not, the flow is there,
Hmm.
the voice is there, the cadence is there, the content is,
Yeah.
give or take depending on your style of lyricism. But
Hmm.
everything else, like he's on point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He just got it
Cause,
down.
cause like what, like last week when we talked to Ish about him not, like, what did he say? Him not wanting to be like fit into a box. Like he's gonna try different things out. That's
Hmm.
essentially the model that Drake has laid out for people. It's
Right.
and anybody who said culture vulture, I think that was on like some hate and shit, because you can't, like, you can say that about him, but at the same time it's working for him, because now he has this entire new model where he can fit into several boxes. So he's versatile. Like, as somebody who's mainstream, it's proving he's beyond mainstream. He's a fucking star. Like, he's a superstar.
Yeah, and
It's
it's
just,
not like he doesn't show those people love when he goes and does those styles.
exactly.
He'll
Yeah.
bring a dude on and use him for a feature, or he'll grab a legend, someone that started the movement or whatever, behind the sample. He shows love, he shows respect.
What was
You
that
know what I
guy's
mean?
name? Grime? Something. Ah.
Well, I just grabbed the style of the rap he was doing.
No, it was Grime, but I'm trying to think of the style, but I'm trying to think of the rapper's name from London. Who? I felt like it started with a G. Nah, I don't know. Never mind. But he showed him hella love. I
Yeah,
don't
no,
know.
that's what he's always done. No,
Yeah.
that's what he's always done with every other style. Like that's you got to respect the guy for that too. Like
Yeah.
regardless of his beats, regardless if you believe the shit he's saying or not or whatever. Like dude
Mhm.
is just a very accomplished artist. It makes sense like why he's able to do so much. And
Yeah.
I feel like no matter what, if any other rapper did that, they'd still catch hate for it.
Oh
No,
yeah, no, for sure.
you're not sticking to your style. Oh, we trying to grow. Like people are really hating on a motherfucker for trying to grow their shit.
Yeah. That's why, like, when Turkish Royale like came out with the Pop Smoke shit, I mean, can't hate on him. To me, like, I like his own sound. Well, not his own sound, but like what he has been doing. But I do give him the credit of paying respect to Pop Smoke, and not only that, like, he's paying respect and he's also trying something new. So fuck it. And
Yeah, I mean,
Ish wanted to show people that he doesn't just rap, like he has, the vibe. So yeah,
right.
I see it.
Yeah, man. And then I be, that shit like fucks with me too, because I'm like, oh my god, should I try that? Should I even like try to experiment with that lane? Should I try to take my music in a different manner? Because I hear like people's opinions, like they really like
Mhm.
"Can't Stop the Rain," and it was a
Mhm.
song that I didn't even consider doing just because of how I felt about it at the time. But I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck it, let me just put it out. It was a dope beat by Aarvee, and it turns out, people are fucking liking that song. They're rocking with that one. They
Mhm.
get a nice message from it. Females like it. Like dudes fucking relate to it. The cover
Yeah.
art is dope. Like I get so many different compliments on everything about that song, even though people know
Yeah.
me for like the bars or whatever. So it's like making me rethink my whole approach.
Well,
Like I don't
because
want to just make a
because
whole.
it told a story. That's why.
I guess so, yeah. So maybe that's the thing. Just try to work on more story tracks or at least storytelling.
Yeah, I think I don't for you specifically, I don't think trying I was gonna say trying like that choppy I don't think that would go with you, like your aesthetic. I don't think that would sound right.
Yeah,
I definitely am not knocking to try it. You're about to have a home studio. You might as well try it.
yeah,
Like, yeah, fuck it. Like it's you never know because you didn't know about this, you about can't stop the rain.
right.
You were doubting it. So why not try a new style? But I think um if you are gonna so say if it's like try a new style, try more storytelling, I would go with storytelling.
Word.
Definitely.
It's crazy. I really was down in that track when I first heard it and played it in
Yeah.
like people's cars and shit. Like I remember
Cause
playing it in Saint's car and Villa was there. Yeah,
mhm.
Saint and Villa, and I played it and I hated it while they were listening to it. I just like, oh, this song is terrible. Like,
It's not
this
bad at
is
all.
trash. No, I mean that's just the doubt I had because I'd never made a song like that
Yeah.
before and put it out.
I when
And it was
I
getting
when
put
I
it
had
out.
to when I had to go through the project for like the cover art stuff, that one came to me right away. That I think that one was more like the inspiring. Like I thought of a cover art and a like a treatment, like a video treatment, all within 3 minutes.
Yeah,
I was
it's not
like,
that
bing,
hard
bang,
when you
boom.
think about it. Yeah,
No, yeah, and it's
yeah, we had the
because
same
it's
idea.
simple. It's simple, but like Tim says, less is more. Like it works,
Yeah.
and there's a story behind it, and it's a story that a lot of people can resonate with. So, and I think that's the beauty in storytelling, especially when you're a lyricist.
This quarantine needs to end so I can get this shit filmed. I know exactly how I want it to look. I
I
know
know
exactly.
I remember when you said that you and Manny were gonna do it, but then it started raining or some shit, and I'm like, well, duh,
I
like your
need the
shit
rain.
is.
No, I know we need rain. I know if we need a model, I know what the model needs to look like. I need
Yeah.
yeah, all that. Like that's just it.
Mhm.
So everything I'm ready to get it going.
That one
Ah,
I'm really excited for real.
that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
gonna be
like
terrific.
I've been like kind of debating on what was I gonna say, like helping you out with that, like the videos, and then even I mean I have enough shit on my plate, but then I procrastinate so much that it feels like I have a lot of free time, but I don't. It's just I don't have good time management. So I'm like, oh, I have time on my hands. I can probably help. Prospect was talking about like videos and having somebody to help him. I was thinking about that too, and I'm like, no, actually, I don't think I have that much time. I think I'd run myself ragged.
It's a lot to do. That's why I didn't ask you for help anymore.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know,
I don't mind at all because you
well,
you
it's
don't you
not a
don't ask for like a lot of shit, so it's fine.
well. I mean, shit, I would, but I mean, I'm just still. I get because it's. I feel like this is shit that I have to learn on my own too.
Sure.
You know,
But what was I gonna say? But for
even though I
me,
respect the experts, like
yeah.
especially
Well,
music
not
videos, like I
expert.
respect everybody that does these,
Yeah.
and like even though I'm still learning on my own, but it's
Mm-hmm.
like I still leave it to the pros. If there's something I can't get, like I'm not gonna try to make it happen. Like if I got to go through somebody, I'll go through somebody.
True.
You
But
know,
I think that, and it took me a long time to get this down, and I still kind of struggle, is when you can't make a decision on what you're gonna do, that or you need help on something, but you're kind of determined on just doing it yourself, and you don't want to ask for help. It's just good to ask, because what's the worst thing I'm gonna say? No, that's it.
yeah, that's
But like now
actually
I'm
the worst.
overwhelmed.
It's
Yeah,
pretty
that's
it's pretty sucky
yeah. So you can oh, shut up. So
because
you
you
literally
just won't
just
say no. You'll like insult me
no, I will not
at the same
insult
time.
you.
Like
If
get the
you're
fuck out of here. Like
asking,
no.
well, no, it depends on what you're asking.
Okay.
If if you're saying, yo, let's hop on a plane to shoot this video, I'd be like, yo, fuck out of here. Like, no, what the fuck I look like? See, that's different. That's different.
Out here.
I need you to, or on some like, yo, I need you to stand in the middle. Well, there's nothing really happened in New York, but if you said some shit like, I need you to stand in the middle of Times Square and help me pass out pictures or some shit like flyers. I'm like, fuck you. I ain't standing nowhere. Like things like that. Like that's outrageous. I'm not doing that.
All right then. Well,
In the middle of COVID, no.
I know who not to hire for my street team.
Yeah, no, cool. I wouldn't make a good street team. I'd be sneaking off smoking a cigarette somewhere. Nah. And I'd probably be drunk too.
Well,
it's a dub. We actually talk about a street team. We are our own street team, and eventually we gotta do these damn stickers. Which Joe just told me that they're kind of like those truck type stickers because he's a truck driver. They're waterproof. They're fucking waterproof. Nice. I'm like, they can literally go anywhere. Cool.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready.
I'm so ready.
I'm so ready.
But no, I think even whether it's like me or anybody else, I don't think it's a problem asking. It's just you have to. It's something that you kind of even like. I still struggle with it because I'll run things by you before I actually like ask anybody. Like, what do you think about this? So
yeah, same here.
You just gotta think about that. I said Marvel Marathon, but the absurdity is that they did these movies. They kind of attempted to do a timeline, but it still just made no fucking sense.
It never made any sense.
I'm watching them both, and the X-Men shit just no sense. Avengers has a couple ones where it's like there's a couple little things that I'm just like, wait, hold on, how is this 8 years from then? Okay, wait, hold on, it was confusing as shit. That
a lot of plot holes.
Fucking bullshit. But I'm kind of hoping that the next phase in Avengers brings more X-Men into it, though.
Well, I mean, it's supposed to, so hopefully they'll turn it around. They'll
get better actors. Yeah.
Well, not better actors, let me not say that, but it's going to be whole new actors, but just bring a whole new energy.
I don't know if I can see. Have you seen Deadpool 2?
Yeah.
So you seen you seen one of the last scenes, right? Where he travels back in time?
Yeah.
So obviously, I mean, spoiler alert, so Logan's coming back. Wolverine is coming back.
Well, Wolverine's coming back. We don't know if it's that dude, Hugh Jackman.
I know. I don't know if I can see, and it's just like Iron Man. I don't know if I can sit through a movie. I mean, I'll sit through it, but I don't know if I can see another Iron Man besides Robert Downey Jr. I don't know if I can see another, and those are my top two favorites from each. I don't know if I can see another Wolverine if it's not Hugh Jackman.
Well, true, but you gotta look at it like DC's been doing it with Batman, with Superman, with Joker. Like nobody thought that they could see Heath Ledger or someone besides Jack Nicholson.
DC, we're not going to get into.
Fair enough, but I'm saying in that whole sense of like a different person playing the role, like it's doable. True. You just got to put on a good performance.
Yeah, and I think because DC started that from the beginning, that's probably why. That Michael Keaton was like top notch, but they had him. I personally think he's my favorite, but they had him for 2 movies, right? Or am I bugging?
He did 2 movies.
2. So they had him for 2. Then they switched up. Val Kilmer was the worst. And so they kept switching it up. So it was like, okay, it's not that long, but for Hugh Jackman to do it for damn near 20 years, I don't know, it's gonna be weird.
It is gonna be weird, but
it's gonna be really weird. Well, I forgot how many years it was, 17, 16. But it's gonna be weird. And then for Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr. I think is younger than Hugh Jackman. I think he has some time left. I think he should do it.
Hey, you never know. We'll see, I can't wait.
Because they're talking about kind of cleaning house. Storm at some point will probably have to be like she's gonna be what's his name's wife, Black Panther. So at some point there's gonna be crossover. I just can't wait. But I've been getting in my super nerd bag, which I haven't gotten into in years during this quarantine. So it's been so much fun. That's been aiding to my procrastination a lot, and I love it.
Fair enough. With the Marvel shit, did you also watch the Blade movies?
No, I did not. I haven't seen Blade in a long time.
I mean, because that is Marvel.
No, I know it's Marvel, but It's not.
All right, hey, relax.
It's not that huge of a franchise. No,
3 movies, not that huge.
No, they are. I take that back. They are.
How dare you?
Well, can I get?
Dare you disrespect Snipes?
Listen, Avengers is fucking 23 movies. All right. Let me knock this shit out, and I'm watching it with somebody who's always working, so it's taking.
And you gotta watch all 7 seasons of Agents of Shield.
I was debating on that. So when she found the timeline, so I'm like, all right, we're gonna go with this timeline. And then I realized I had saw Netflix, and it reminded me that Agents of Shield. I've been waiting to binge watch it, so I've been waiting for it to accumulate. And I was gonna bring it up to her, but I'm like, damn, if I bring this up to her, we're gonna be watching Endgame in like 2022. Because it's just taking so long to get through this marathon that I'm like, we're never going to finish this shit if I got to watch that series with her.
Agent Carter.
We bypassed, I know I love Agent Carter, but we did bypass that point that we would see the Shield, but maybe I'll go back to it. Maybe I don't know.
God, it's so much. When you look back, 10 years of movies. Oh my God. I spent so much money at the movie theater watching this shit.
Fuck yeah. Crazy. And then there's also the next one is our next marathon is Star Wars. I can probably, because she'll still be working, I can probably fit both Blade and Shield in there too. So I'm good.
Like such a fucking nerd.
I know.
Fucking dweeb.
I'm like a hip hop, and I'm not even a comic book nerd. I would just look for my brother's comic books and read, but it wouldn't be in order. I just like find one and be like bloop and read it, and that's about it. I never had my own. Just as far as like the movies, that was my only thing. It's like, okay, I looked up the order. You said to watch this in fucking order, but it's not like
it's the reboots, man.
Like it just blew my fucking mind. It's like,
and I'll be honest, I don't know shit about this next phase of Marvel. Like the Eternals, I don't know shit about them.
I have not. I haven't looked too much into it because I know Black Panther. I don't think Storm's gonna be in it, but I know the next one was supposed to be next year or this year. I forgot.
Everything's been moved though.
Everything's gonna be moved. Yeah, everything's gonna be moved. I know there was supposed to be a movie, I think this year. I'm pretty sure.
Black Widow.
Black Widow was supposed to be like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago.
Thank God for hip hop. And we're back.
We are back.
You wrote these down, correct? Because we talked about it, but
some, yeah.
Hold up, some.
There's just a couple things that were different. Calm down.
All right, here we go. All right. You do this in the subtlest of ways, and then you don't do these in the subtlest of ways. Right now, this is in the not subtle category.
People come here for the spice. People come here for the spice and how informative we are on music, okay? So you calm the fuck down.
Calmate.
You calm down.
I saw a meme. Today that the best way to calm down a female is just to tell them, calm the fuck down.
Sure.
Because it allows you to realize that you have stepped over the line and you should calm down.
No, it does not. I think that makes matters worse. I think the calm down is you get it afterward. You realize like, oh, I probably should have calmed down at that point. But you realize like
it was top 5 reasons. The number one, which I would never say to any female, was, have you gained weight? He's like, that's the way she'll realize that maybe she has, and therefore she'll calm down.
Right. So what was the second? You got to list all these now. You got to list. I got to hear them.
2 of them were the ones I just mentioned. The other one was like, you're overreacting. She'll realize that she is indeed overreacting, and she'll calm down.
Yo, whoever posted that is trying to get niggas killed. He's trying to get people killed out in the streets. Oh, that's amazing. No, like that.
Hold up.
Those are triggers. Those are the triggers that like maybe after the fact. Like I probably should have calmed down at that point.
All right,
Probably
let's
should have.
but as far as actual topics that we did agree on,
Mm-hmm.
let's go back to the supposed versus battles. Well, there's one that's definitely happening, and there's one that is supposedly happening.
Mm-hmm.
And when I
This
say
Saturday night.
supposedly, so this Saturday night we got the first female battle, Erkyah
Mm-hmm.
Badu versus Jill Scott. Hell of a fucking matchup.
Oh my God.
D-
That's
Different eras, I guess, in a way. They didn't come in at the same time.
no, and I think they both have that they have their Neil Soul bag, right? But Jill Scott is a little bit different. I mean, a lot different, I actually think, because it's some a little bit because it's something she can get in her jazzy shit where I think like they're both kind of meet in the middle, neo soul, right?
Right.
Jill Scott can get into her jazz bag. Then you have Erykah Badu, who damn near gets into her rapper bag, where it's like, okay, she's borderline like poet, like it's just I don't know. I'm excited for it, and I think what they're doing now it's gonna be because they at first it was like, oh, a battle, let's keep score, but especially ever since RZA and Premier, it's like, nah, this is for the culture. Like, I mean, it's always been for the culture, but now they're pushing it where it's like, nah, like it's not really like a battle. Like it's just, let's make music. And
Oh yeah.
they did you catch the little like nah like kind of like a trailer video but like a promo video where they show like different people talking about it, what they're doing in the versus TV thing, and
Yeah.
saying how like all of a sudden like Babyface and like Teddy Riley off of that, like their streams went up. Everybody's getting like more followers and more streams and shit like that. It's a whole bunch of people that don't know about them, which is sad.
But I mean, I guess that's what the whole or part of the whole thing. The reason for these versus things is just to keep people more entertained and let them know what they're missing out on, kind of
Yeah.
educate them at the same time. You
Yeah,
know.
I think it was I think it probably started off as let's have some fun. Let's
Yeah.
kind of like battle cuz that's in the heart of it. Like that's what
But
we
it's
as a
turned
culture
into a whole
do.
nother thing.
Mhm.
By the way,
And like for entertainment. What's up?
off topic, but not really off topic. So Jill Scott premiered as far as a career first major album was in 2000. Who is Jill Scott? Badu was in '97 with Baduism.
Oh, Baduism.
So didn't start at the same time, kind of roughly the same era. Still neo
Kind of.
soul. So
I
because
just
when you
think
think of neo
they're
soul, I think
on
about them too. Not like
yeah, but I think it's on like different aspects of it. I think Neo Soul probably is more so they're probably one of they're one of the not beginners of it, but like if you think of a neo soul artist, those are that's most likely their inspiration is Erica or Jill. So as
I
far
would
as
say so. Yeah.
who's winning, I no
I mean, as far as hits, I can't. Nah.
I'm not keeping score. I'm not keeping score during that one. Hell no. Maybe I will. Maybe I don't know.
I gotta see.
I
I
don't know.
gotta.
That was gonna be a
I
hard
got.
one.
I gotta see the numbers.
Yeah. Whew. Just had to burp. No, that's gonna be a
They're
good one though.
they're around the same age,
Yeah.
so it's tough. It's
Yeah.
tough.
I don't.
They
They're
both got
they're
multiple albums.
they're the same, but they're different. This is just something like not only like of course they're aesthetic, but it's just the tone and just little things like that. It's gonna be I don't know. It's gonna be good.
Seven
Regardless, it's
Grammys
gonna be
between
good.
them. If
Oh
you want to go
really?
about that, yeah, 7 Grammys
What?
between them. They've been on tour together.
That I know. Yeah. I didn't even know. I know they had Grammys, but I didn't know how many.
Badu's Instagram, she wrote, "Next Saturday, Badu, love, Jill. We will be nude." That was her quote.
I bet you Ace is gonna be in there. I fucking bet you.
See who got the numbers though. I did
I don't
not.
know.
I did not.
With them two, This is probably the one where I'm not too concerned about. Babyface and Teddy, that one was like an instant, because there's such a difference, I felt like, with them two. These, I don't know.
Now, do you think there's a little bit of shade? I'm reading right now, and they
Hmm.
said that this was off of Billboard.com. The article says fans have been itching for Badu to get in on the fun, suggesting that she go up against Miss Lauryn Hill. Quote, "I'll be pulverized," Badu admitted. Does that feel like a little bit of a shade to Jill Scott?
Um, yes and no, because I think Lauren is a different animal. So Lauren Hill's got a completely different beast from them. Like I don't think that would
You
really
wouldn't
be
consider her neo soul?
Lauren
Yeah, I
Hill.
mean, I guess I consider her
Yeah,
more hip hop than neo soul.
I would see
You
the
know,
neo
she sings
soul.
too.
Yeah, no, I would definitely see that. Of course,
I
she
guess
would.
because she did more rapping.
She did. She had her mix of both. It's just more so like the more rapping is out. I mean, her rapping is more out, but even like from her like MTV Plug, the Unplugged. Oh man, that project was fucking amazing. Hmm. I don't
You're right.
know.
No, you're right.
I
When you
don't.
put it
But
that way,
I
Lauren's
don't.
a different beast.
Yeah, I think it's just a different beast.
Okay, fair
I
enough.
don't think it would compare.
Fair enough.
But what was the other battle you're gonna talk about?
Okay, so that battle is actually happening this upcoming Saturday
Yeah.
at 7 p.m. on Instagram. Just I
Hmm.
don't know. You go to Erkyah Badu, go to Joe Scott's page. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
You'll fucking see it. We're in for a treat either way. R&B queens,
Hmm.
neo soul, '90s shit, up to newer shit. I hope, but they're gonna be playing the classics. It's gonna be hopefully 20 and 20,
Hmm.
and just a nice little trip down memory lane. So I'm all for it. Now the other
Yeah.
supposed battle,
Hmm.
Nori and DJ EFN were doing a Drink Champs episode, obviously quarantined, and they
Yeah.
had DMX on, and I forgot how it came about, but just to talk of the whole versus thing, they asked X who he'd want to go against. He said Jay.
Yeah.
So
He kind of
now
had a long pause there. Like it went to him, and he's just like Jay.
he thought
Look,
about
Jay.
it. Jay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now look, man, both have had number one albums.
Yeah.
Both have had platinum hits.
Yep.
Both were on tour together. I don't know if X has won any Grammys. I could double check on that, but I know Jay would have more.
Hmm.
Um, Business wise, Jay's obviously been more successful. Um,
Yeah, and then DMX hasn't
and
dropped a project since 2012.
I
Jay
think
Z
he's
has
not.
had.
I think he's
Did
dropped
he?
one. No, 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 no. He's dropped
Wait,
some.
let me
Like
see.
when he came back, yeah, he's dropped. Yeah, when you said that the other day, I was like, nah, it's not. It's not the case. He's definitely
Really?
dropped some in the
Let me
last
see.
5 years.
I'm gonna check his catalog. Cause I figured it was sooner when I saw 2012. I thought maybe I missed one. I had to miss a couple.
Nah, because when he got
Oh
out of
no,
jail,
I
he
was
dropped a
wrong.
couple.
I was wrong. Ooh, I was way wrong. I'm so stupid. It's the next line, 2015. Duh. Redemption of the Beast. I completely forgot about that. I should be shot.
It's all right.
Damn
Fuck
it.
it.
So yeah, Redemption of the Beast. That 2015. So from 2015, Jay Z probably did two, three projects.
Who the hell is this? Oh, I'm looking on Google. Dog Eats Rabbit 2017.
What?
That was another album. Him and somebody else, like a joint album.
Oh, that's probably why it didn't come up for me. Okay.
Okay,
How
I
did
just
that
typed
look?
DMX discography.
Yeah, same. That one didn't come up. Oh, fuck it.
All right,
But I
whatever.
don't.
But
I just don't.
I don't see
I
it. I mean, he
no,
would
because
have to play. If we're doing 20 songs, he would have to play obviously 20 songs. In that mix of 20, you're gonna get a
mhm.
majority of his two albums that he put out that one year that went number
Yeah,
one, and then any other Rough Riders joints in there. So he's got the material,
I
and
think
because
they.
everything on there
Yeah,
is a fucking hit, so you
because
can't go wrong. But against Jay,
not
who's
to.
got
Yeah, not to knock. Not to knock DMX at all. He has the catalog. He has the material for it, but I don't think it quite matches. it can match. If you think about it, on the other hand, like it can match because Jay-Z has had an album or two where it's like, meh, okay, like, all right, whatever. But I think if they were to compete, I mean, probably wouldn't even be Jay-Z, it'd probably be somebody in lieu of him. But if they were to compete, I think it would have to stay within a certain like year range. No,
Yeah, no,
not a year, but a few.
that's the only way I could see Jay making it fair. Be like, yo,
Yeah.
everything that you put out in like the late '90s to like 2004.
So from like what 96, 97
Yeah, like
until I
yeah,
could
pretty much.
you could even do maybe 2010 to give them a little bit extra, but it would still be fine. I still
Yeah,
don't see a
but
problem
then
with that.
it's like, it's like that now we're just putting restrictions on the battle. It's like, all right,
Yeah.
just DMX versus '97 Hove, like or something like that. Like it's like, what are we doing here?
No,
Like,
no, no, but I mean for both of them.
oh
They
yeah,
couldn't.
oh all right. Well, yeah, well, because DMX
But
is not gonna put his anything from Redemption of the Beast on the fucking shit. If he does, he's losing that shit.
I know for sure.
So I imagine he would just say DMX. And he's gonna pick if he's smart. He's just gonna do that. But
That
there's certain
range
rappers I don't see
anyway.
this
Yeah.
shit working with. Like I didn't see 50 and John doing this, so I'm definitely not seeing Jay going into this shit. Jay is not
No.
gonna try to be looking out, have a meme. Guaranteed, Jay does this shit. He's on IG Live. There's gonna be a meme on it, and it's gonna
Oh, for sure.
it's gonna be the meme of the year.
I don't know who would do it for him.
I'm still on the I'm still of the people that say Nelly should be on there.
Yeah, I can see
Nelly
that.
can pull one off. Nelly and Ja Rule to me sounds like a great matchup.
Yeah. No, we've talked about that. But to go back, so they finally, and they've been talking about this for a while. They wanting to do like the femme whatever. I forgot what they're terming it. How they're phrasing it. But they wanted to do like the female verses, right? I want to know why it took so long. I mean, it sounded like they did a shit ton of battles, but I mean, why wouldn't I don't know. I mean, I can see
Finding
why a
one
lot
that
of
made
artists don't
sense.
want to do it. True, true. And then I know what is it called? I don't even know if I heard something about a Little Kim and Nicki Minaj. Not that it's proposed, but a lot of people are like, well, that I don't even think that would be actually a good matchup at all.
Probably not.
I think actually, and I'm not a Nicki fan whatsoever. I can't stand her, honestly. But I don't think that would be a good matchup because I think Nicki would kill Kim,
I think so
honestly.
too.
Yeah,
I don't really see.
I'm not a fan at all, but and I love Kim. I don't see
Yeah,
how that would match.
the only one that makes sense would be to me that could be on Nicki's level would be Missy Elliott.
Yeah, yeah, it's two different eras though. But yeah, for Nicki,
If we're talking about hits for hits, yeah, definitely two
yeah.
different eras. But as far as hits go, can't deny it.
Yeah,
And
cuz
Missy
that's
might just win off the nostalgia factor.
yeah. And that's what I think because I know for sure. Oh, Coño. Sorry, I just hit my foot. I know for sure there's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna go for the nostalgia thing too. And yeah, Nikki has this entire fucking Barbie clan, Barb's whatever, but I don't think it matches anywhere near a Missy.
Yeah,
So I mean, I can see that, and that's the thing with eras where like Teddy and Babyface, they were close enough. But I just if you're doing two complete different eras, I mean, Missy, they kind of overlapped at some point, but then you're gonna get the nostalgic factor in there, or you're gonna get it's two different audiences.
yeah. You
Because
got a
I'm
relevance audience and a nostalgic
yeah
audience. The casual
yeah
fan versus the actual music fan.
yeah. So I just don't, and those two types are always going head to head. The
Barb's
casual
versus
fan
the
and
world.
oh lord, well that's an everyday thing for no fucking reason. Crazy ass people, they're fucking bonkers.
Yeah, the comment section on that alone would be wild.
Yeah,
That's half
I
the
don't.
fun in these
It
battles.
is.
The
It
comment
is.
section. Oh.
I
I
think
live for this shit.
I think Nicki versus whoever would probably break the internet just because of that. Just because she has this insane fan base that it'll be some shit getting reported or multiple things getting reported and somehow it'll probably get shut down. And not even to mention like all the people trying to join that shit too. So yeah. I would want to see out of the females, I don't know. And this whole the Trina and the other girl, which I think is fucking outrageous because I only know her for the one song and I never even knew her name. Yeah. And it's funny, I never knew her fucking name. Never knew her name.
Yeah, she was really like going off on that Instagram clip. Like she had hits.
Yeah. And then Trina, it's fun to me, it was just funny because it made me like relive a lot of shit like in high school or just like being out in the street where it's like, I'm not gonna waste my time. What was it? I'm not gonna waste my time addressing the bitch and da da da. I'm not gonna waste my time talking about baby, you're talking about her. Like you're talking about her. That's exactly what you're doing. So I thought it was funny that Trina was talking about her and shit, but and saying, I'm not gonna address her. No, you're kind of doing it. What? No, I don't. No, I don't know who would be a matchup for Trina. But nah, I would want to see a guy versus a girl.
Oh no.
Why?
Because if a woman wins, the internet will never let the guy live it down.
Really? You think so?
Hell yeah! Come on, the internet is the meanest, most unrelenting, sadistic, fucking dark, rude thing in the world.
Yeah, but I mean, who cares? If somebody like Teddy can make it through, and he made jokes out of it, I think he's actually probably gonna make merch off of that.
It's first of all, it's got to be a man and a woman who equally have the same number of hits, right, and can be known as the same caliber type artist, right?
Sure.
And then
okay, so
after
take
that,
Missy.
you need. Okay, all right. So all right, let's just say Missy and Ja Rule, same era, same number of hits, right? Let's just say that. You would have to assume that Ja has a big enough ego to understand that if he gets beat, he's going to be made fun of just because that's just the way shit goes. And that's just the way the internet is.
Yeah, but
that's all I'm saying.
But he would get made fun of because he's Ja Rule, so. Like
internet's but even if it wasn't Ja Rule, whoever it is, but I'm saying Ja Rule because that would count in that era. But anybody
would count,
same caliber artist, you got to be comfortable enough in your ego and yourself as a man to be like, yo, I just got beat by a woman, and now the internet is gonna make this times 10 and embarrass the shit out of me.
Yeah, and that's okay. I see that. I guess
that's causing a lot of motherfuckers to not want to do shit and put themselves out in public.
Yeah, no, for sure. Because it sucks because you see people like Missy says she was down for it. Alchemist is down for it. I don't know if they confirmed. I thought I did see something from Havoc, but I don't know if he was down for it or not. Because he's been at most of these battles I've seen Havoc in. Havoc's been right there in it. Most of them.
Yeah.
But
crazy, man, this quarantine, people really just want to see motherfuckers duke it out one way or another.
Yeah.
Everybody wants a battle. Everybody wants to see some type of confrontation or competition.
Yeah, and that's and then that's why Swizz and Tim are like, nah, especially Swizz. He's like, nah, this is for the culture. It's not even really a battle. It started as a battle.
Phrase.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just tired of hearing it. I'm just tired of hearing it. You know? I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I tried to whenever if I say it, I do it like mockingly, like because I just like we get it. It's yes, we get it who it's for.
Hip hop one.
You've even said that, so don't even.
I did say that.
You had, motherfucker. You had. But I mean, say that. I get it. I get it. We're in like the sense of if this is gonna be like hip hop, it started with Tim and Swizz who have beefed in the past. Okay, it's gonna be a battle that's gonna attract more eyes, not only because it's these two celebrities and these two well-known people in the industry, but it's, you're putting battle next to their name. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But now Yeah. And I think the whole versus TV, I think that's why it's like, okay, it's not that anymore, but they're just rolling with it. It's like, okay, fuck it. People want to keep score.
Man, it's crazy. I just
I'm
then
excited though.
my whole thing too is the audio issues, man. Like, there's going to be some connection issues, going to be some audio issues going on. This still hasn't been fixed. They're trying to find other avenues to do it in. Like, Twitch is so much better audio wise from what I keep hearing from people, and from my experiences just going checking the Twitch site. The audio is so much better. If they were to do something over there, I know it's hard to get everybody to just move from one platform to the other. In theory, it's not that hard, but for some people, it
because
is.
especially for the people who really want to be like we're not casual fans, but I'm sure some casual fans want to be like, oh shit, he's they're doing like a live, like I want to be in it, like I want to watch. So I don't think it'll be that difficult. Some people be like, oh damn, okay, whatever. I guess I'll download this. I guess I'll watch it on here. But
It's
as
crazy.
my only experience with Twitch is the people I used to work with. They would like was it like smoke breaks or like what we'll be eating, and then in the background you hear people like the whole commentary and playing video games and shit. I'm just like, what the fuck is
Yeah,
that? And I've watched it. Looks fucking perfect. Sounds great. So I'm like,
sounds
oh okay.
amazing.
Yeah, I don't know how it works, like as far as their lives are recorded or whatever. So I have no idea.
No, it sounds great. That's all I fucking know.
Yeah,
All right,
one of
so
the guys
that
from
was
work. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no. Go ahead. Just take it because I was gonna go into the next one, but you
Oh,
were making a point.
but no, one of the guys at work has suggested that we do the podcast there on Twitch, but I have no idea.
It's worth a shot.
I'll check it out.
It's
Whatever.
it's it's, it's worth a shot. All right.
Yeah.
So other than that, you've been
Okay.
you check out the Last Dance documentary this past week.
Yep. Yep. So we talked about the first two, and there's been four more.
Well, the past two were the Rodman episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know. I mean, Rodman was always cool to me back in the day. I knew he was weird. I was a fan of him because he did the whole wrestling shit. He was in WCW for a quick second
Yeah.
during the whole Bulls run. Like, he
Mm-hmm.
had a match with a Hollywood Hogan as his tag team partner,
I
and that
remember
shit was
that
pretty
one.
cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I was a Rodman fan. This past two episodes I thought were more interesting than the whole Rodman thing, even though that's in a class by itself. But it
Yeah,
went
for
more
sure.
into Jordan's supposed gambling addiction,
Mm-hmm.
if you want to say it's like that, which to him and to me really didn't seem like an addiction because, like he said before, he hadn't got into any trouble with his wife. He wasn't,
Mm-hmm.
to what we knew, at least the press knew, he didn't owe anybody crazy amounts of money to like the point he's broke
Mm-hmm.
or
Yeah.
asking for loans. Like, so it didn't seem like that big of a deal. But he
Mm-hmm.
said himself, like, it's not a gambling problem, it's more of a competition problem.
Yeah.
I
And
thought
it's
those were interesting.
clear because besides like the other two episodes, 3 and 4, besides the Rodman, whenever they did focus on Jordan, it was about him being super competitive. And every episode is about him. That was his image. He was super competitive and he was perfect. But now what was it? I did like how they did, and I knew this was gonna happen. I just didn't know at what point. They kind of did like that true Hollywood story where they do like, do you really want to be like Mike kind of thing? Like he's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
great.
yeah.
Yeah.
The music is darker. Yeah, I remember that shit.
Like I was just kind of waiting for like everything like the picture just goes like from color to
Black and
black and
white.
white and just
Yeah.
darker, just like
Just zooms
gradually. I
in.
was I was waiting for that, and to zoom into him just looking down. They kind of did that when he was like they kept doing like several takes where he was like, everybody want to be like, something about be like Mike. It looked like it was a commercial or an interview. I couldn't tell. It had to be a commercial because he kept having to do the same line over and over again.
Yeah,
So he's like,
I remember there was one picture of him like just finishing a set on the bench
mhm,
press, and he had his head down while he was just catching his breath, and they
yeah.
made that in black and white, made it seem like all his dark days. I hate when motherfuckers do that shit.
I
It's a
mean,
casual
it's
shot.
like I knew it was gonna happen, and I used to love Eat True Hollywood. That was my shit. I'd be like, oh, I want to know the dirty details. Like I just thought it was so entertaining, and when the Last Dance, like when they're talking about it, and then he did that whole like, oh, people are gonna see me like, you know, I'm a bad guy. That cemented it for me. I'm like, oh, they're definitely gonna have a moment where it's gonna flip. And they're gonna be like, they're gonna make him out to be a bad guy, and then flip. Like, no, like you don't know the dark history behind, like, you know, shit like that.
Yeah, but obviously not too dark because he okayed everything, so he knows what's being said in there. He knows what's, you know.
Oh no, of course, yeah. I
There's
just
no
don't.
surprises.
Yeah, as far as okay, so we are in total 6 episodes in. I don't see how he's a bad guy at all, unless there's more shit to uncover. I don't
There
really
always is.
see it. Yeah,
I think somewhere down the line, his gambling got the best of him.
for sure.
I think
I'm sure they'll still
that's
talk
the
about
one
it.
thing that's not being uncovered in there, because he
Yeah.
won't give that up. But you know, there's that theory, there's that conspiracy theory that his gambling somehow led to the death of his father. You know, that's always been like one of those stories that's been out
That's
there,
right. I wonder.
which also caused him to retire.
Yeah, but
You know, the first time.
they also were talking about, what was it, the Olympics thing, and keeping out the
Isaiah
piston.
Thomas.
Yeah, they were
Isaiah
that
Thomas.
it was him, it was Michael who kept Isaiah out. But then they show like, no, like, I mean, nobody else is really going to say it, but no, everybody else on the team had a problem with him. So yeah, you know, Michael's like, you know, if you want to make me like the fall guy, cool, but it wasn't me. I didn't say anything. But
Yeah,
it's
that was
the
keeping it
entire,
real.
yeah, even if the rest of the team didn't say anything like Michael did, or, you know, did or whatever like that, but it's doesn't take a genius to see that Isaiah had a problem with everybody opposite of him. So if you were playing against him, yeah, so I could see that. But he
Yeah, he
seemed
was just
super hard up about it too.
he was. I mean, because it was a great team to be a part of. You know, and definitely would have been an easy gold medal.
Yeah,
You
he
know,
qualified for it
yeah.
because he
I mean,
said
there's no
it.
doubt in my mind that if
Yeah.
had they just replaced any one of those players and put him in, you know, besides Jordan, they still would have won anyways. But it's just
Yeah.
what Jordan was saying, like the whole camaraderie, like the
Mhm.
team morale, like all that would have gotten ruined because he's like considered like a cancer.
Yeah.
Especially with
So
those
you
guys.
can qualify for it, but if you don't know how to play as like in a team, because Michael was very like, and that you see a glimpse of it where he's like, no, you're not getting the fucking ball, make sure he don't get the ball, like things like that. Yeah, you see that, but I mean, I could see that from like the competitive side, but he still played as a team. 92, shut up, I'm blinking, okay, brain fart. You leave me alone.
91 against the Lakers, 92 against the Blazers, 93 against the Suns.
Suns, I think it was the Suns. I could be completely fucking wrong right now though.
They did talk about Charles Barkley these past 2 episodes, not at least
No,
one of
it
the episodes.
was okay. No, okay, Charles Barkley. Yes, that's what it was.
That was
So
the
it
93 finals.
wasn't. Yeah. So what was it? They fucking they kept losing against them, and then I think they had like one. I don't think this might have been their first game or their second game that they had won, where the attack was okay, not like so much as the Pistons, but like, okay, well, obviously Michael's gonna have the ball, and then they just shot it to somebody else who wasn't covered at all. Offense was not covering him, and then he went straight for it. So yeah. So and then that's what got them to win the game. Charles was pissed. I kind of
No,
want to know at what point did their relate, like, I mean, they seemed pretty good on the Olympics, but I want to know at what point like they seemed cool, because I feel like him and Charles are fine.
they've always been fine, from what I've
Yeah,
known. If when I've seen, there was never any issue. We just like
it could have
whenever they
just been
play
like
against
a
each other, it's like I'm gonna just take. I gotta beat
regular
you.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But as far as that competitive thing, like I come from a competitive like shit talking family.
Mhm.
So I'm not that competitive, but everybody knows I love talking shit.
Yeah.
Everybody knows I love talking shit. Shout out to the cousin I never won at Villa. Love talking shit. But I don't see, that's why I don't see anything really wrong with it, because I grew up around that. So to me, that's just somebody who wanted to win, and yeah, dangerously so. And, you know, he's willing to fucking punch his teammates, and I get it. But I don't really think that it was a bad trait, but I don't think it made him a bad guy. Not at all.
I mean, we got to see to what extent. Like, how much are you willing to give up? Yeah, obviously you got to sacrifice a lot, but when you have to motivate a bunch of other people, and sometimes maybe his means were out of order.
Yeah.
But I think he meant well because he just wanted to win. He figured like, yo, if you're on this team and you got to work just as hard as I am. I'm trying to win this shit.
Do you think when Sam Smith did the book or whatever on him, do you think it was Horse something? I forgot his last name. Do you think it was Horse that snitched?
Horace Grant?
Yeah, Horace Grant there.
Well, if you were to ask me, because they did mention that Horace was very tight with Sam Smith.
Yeah.
And they asked Horace, and Horace, yeah, exactly. Horace straight up said, "Nah, that wasn't me."
Mm-hmm.
And then they asked another bull, and he's like, "Well, look, even if it was him, he wouldn't have been the only one that was talking."
Yeah, because from the get, like you can kind of see it exactly. There's always going to be leaks, and it's always going to be. Because that was my only thing where I'm like, of course you're not going to admit it. I mean, it's been years later. You're doing a fucking documentary on it. Like, if you want to admit it now, you can. It's not like you're going to take a huge shot for it. Yeah. But he didn't say it. That's why I was on the fence. I'm like, if he did it and didn't want to say it, but then what does he really have to lose now? Oh, sorry. What does he have to lose now? But then when they made that comment, like, okay, no, like it really could be anybody. So, and if them two were that close, I mean, journalists always exploit their connects, but I don't think Sam would have really exploited him like that if they were that close.
We can speculate all we want, but at the end of the day, like, Jordan approved this documentary, so it's not like it's gonna paint him in a super bad light.
No, he was like, I've said this, like, I think before it aired, or when we talked about the first 2 episodes. He's just going to say that for the sensitive people out there, because there's going to be people like, oh my God, he punched him in the face. Well, yeah, how else are you going to...
That could have just been promo.
Exactly. Yeah, right. It could have been something like that too. Yeah. It could have been like, no, like, you sensitive people out there, like, this is, like, whatever. And then it could have been on the promo side. Because I was way more... I mean, I was definitely going to see this anyway. But then it did intrigue me. I was like, how? Like, how are you going to be a bad guy? Like, I want to say...
If anything, he's petty. He's petty, if anything. Like, he remembers who played him. He doesn't, he's remember who's played him out. He remember who's insulted him. He keeps tabs. He keeps mental, tabs. Who's fucked him over. Yeah, and he's ready to get back at niggas.
Even when it was when I think this might have been when they were in the Olympics, when he was just like, oh no, Jerry loved him. So I had to make a point.
That was the Tony Kukoc. Yeah, Tony Kukoc. So Tony Kukoc was playing for Croatia in the Olympics, and at the same time, Jerry Krause was scouting him, the general manager for the Wolves. So at this, while the season's going on, so Jordan and Pippen, they're mad because Pippen, especially, is going through his contract dispute. He's like, you really spending time catching this or scouting this other guy from Croatia while we're having a whole fucking season going on right here, and now we get to play him. All right, we're gonna see what your boy can do. So this was the first of their 2 meetings.
Yeah.
And it was just Jordan and Pippen. They said in the locker room before the game, yo, leave Kukoc to me and Pippen.
Yeah. And I felt so bad because he's like, they didn't know me.
Homie didn't know what was going on. He got jumped for no reason.
He was getting fucked up out there.
He was getting fucked up. You're getting guarded by Jordan and Pippen. Ugh.
But I did like I made a note of it. Hold on, where was it? And I had wondered if they were gonna mention, because what was it? I saw the clips of like I don't know if they had LeBron comment on it yet, but I know like Dwayne Wade was on there. So I figured, I'm like, if him and Kobe, were so close, he would have to, there's no way that there was gonna be a doc, about majority of it's going to be about Jordan and Kobe not to be on it. So it was cool that like the beginning of episode 5, you see that relationship. They didn't deep dive too much into it because I'm sure ESPN is saving, most of that material. We're probably going to see that same scene of Jordan talking, but like him sitting there. But in the Kobe doc, I'm sure that's in the works too.
Oh yeah.
So no, 1,000%, it's definitely going to be there.
Well, I mean, they did say that Kobe had a camera crew with him for the last 2 seasons.
So yeah, that's without a doubt. Yeah. But I'm sure they're gonna do this whole reflecting on his passing and their relationship with them. So it was cool to see that, and what was I gonna say? And then I seen, so right after that, what was it? I seen that episode. I didn't see it on Sunday. I seen it a couple days ago. And then yesterday or today, I seen that in California, they proposed the bill. So, you know, like when he had passed, like the pictures came out of the whole accident, and like he was out there in the public, dead Kobe. So they proposed to make it a crime that first responders share pictures because of what happened with Kobe.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And then I thought it was a federal thing, and so I actually started reading it, and it's, I think it, if I read it right, it just said California. So I mean, I personally think it should be a federal thing.
Yeah,
It should be federal.
I agree.
It really should, because it's, I get it, like first responders, unless it's like, oh shit, it's Kobe dead, let me, you know, it's a celebrity dead, let me take out my phone and take a picture. There is that, it's like, that's just bad taste. And then if there's crime scene photos that are leaking, like they're putting it out because they're going to get paid for it from TMZ or, you know, whatever other shit, then it's just, again, it's in bad taste. So why does this have to just be California thing? Why can't it just be overall?
Yeah, there should be some privacy with things like these.
Yeah.
I agree. It's kind of really tasteless and ugly at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. That's yeah, it's crazy that it's just in California, but I'm sure that who knows if it happens, if a celebrity, huge celebrity dies around here in New York or Jersey, it'll happen too.
It's just sad that it has to take it to that way, though. That's
That,
it.
that's
Because
how
we've,
that's how it always is.
yeah, because we've had, like, even, like, was it Tupac? I think his pictures were out. Yeah, Tupac's pictures were out. Um, there was a few others I can't think about right now. Like, we've had people on the East Coast do this and nothing. It'll probably most likely be state by state, if anything. Probably like what you were saying, like by occurrence. Like, okay, well, California did this. We just had this happen, and, you know, whatever fucking state, and like, let's do this law too. So I can see that. But the
Yeah,
only
man.
thing I did think about it in connection with Ahmaud Arbery, with his case,
Yeah,
and other videos that are leaking, well, like have leaked in the past, of, you know, these police officers and just random fucking white people shooting down everybody, like minorities and black people. And it's
yeah,
horrifying to see the videos, but at the same time, it's not exact, like, it's horrifying in that sense, like, okay, we, and take away that Kobe's a fucking celebrity, and that shouldn't be released at all. I think it does in that case raise awareness, for sure.
I agree. That whole thing with him too, man. And I didn't even know till earlier this week that that
Mm-hmm.
video was from February.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I thought it was just like, all right, during quarantine time, like, all right, it's just a regular dude, you know, outside jogging,
Mm-hmm.
and then this happens, and
Yeah,
I'm
because
just like, oh, this is
I had,
February.
yeah,
What were you gonna say?
I had just found out this past Wednesday, no, yeah, yesterday I just found out about it, or a couple days within this week I found out about it. And then I kept seeing, like, how Wednesday, or like just recently, how his parents are, you know, suggesting, like, you know, pushing for his murderers to, you know, see some jail time, because they didn't at all. Like, there
Yeah,
was no reprimand, there was no punishment, no nothing. But the fact that there was a video, see the video, I don't know if it just released, but there's no way, if there was a video, I mean, actually there's ways, because this country's so fucked up.
no, it
That
was
video
just
could,
released.
it was
It
just
was,
okay.
that's the only reason why it's getting so much attention now.
Yeah, because I mean, I know we're in Jersey, but shit, like, I didn't fucking, and then this was in Georgia, and then also the Indianapolis. There's a guy over there. He was driving. They don't show. He apparently got shot by the cops. He was on Facebook Live. Yes, he was driving on live. I like, that was a little, okay. That was a little too much. But
Yeah,
I think he got. I didn't see the rest of the video. I didn't really see much info. It just said guy shot dead on Facebook Live, and then something about the officer said, something like, what was it? Oh, it's gonna be a, like, he laughed. I guess you hear it in the Facebook Live. The cop is laughing and said some shit like, oh, it's gonna be a closed coffin or some shit like that. It's just, yeah, complete disregard. Then you're seeing it's, I mean, I know this is nothing new, and like we've been seeing these videos out for like as long as like, you know, people have learned to use social media and you know, as an awareness and as sharing what's happening in the world that's been happening for years. But it's just I think it still gets me every time. Like, shit, are we still doing this?
It doesn't get old, man. It's like we've really been desensitized to it too. I mean, yeah, we show outrage and shit, but nothing really gets done. The
No.
people aren't being punished for it, and it just happens to continue being, a white versus black thing,
Yeah.
or another type of minority. It just doesn't stop. Like,
Yeah.
this is just the country that we're living in, man.
Yeah. Luckily, Ahmaud's case, they took what is it called? They're taking them. It's his case is being taken to the grand jury. So
I mean, we'll see.
something,
Hopefully,
but
some sort of justice.
yeah.
And if for if for some reason these motherfuckers get off scot free, there will be another civil suit, and then it'll just keep on going. I'm sure. So there's
Yeah.
some sort of justice,
And now
But
there's, yeah, and that like with the outrage, now there's a whole bunch of celebrities behind it. They're talking about like signing petitions. LeBron went on Twitter like ranting and raving about it, like now we're being hunted. And I watched the video, and honestly, I'm a little confused at the person who's driving and recording the video. Like, I need to actually like look into it, because
yeah,
the shot of the video makes no fucking sense.
yeah,
Like, how,
somebody that's
like,
behind the action.
yeah, because
Yeah,
it's just saying father and son, but is this part of like the hunt? Is the person who's driving and recording the thing? Like, I don't know.
yeah, hunting team, I guess, group
Yeah,
of
is
individuals and
there a
shit
third person? Yeah, is there a third person that
that was
maybe
driving behind them.
yeah, or because the third person, if he was part of the hunting shit, it's fucking disgusting to call it that, but if he was part of that, then is it because he released a video that he gets off scot-free? He has immunity because of it? I don't know. Mine was racing because I was looking at it. I'm just like, wait, but this person recording, how how would you know when to record if you just see a random guy just running?
No, it makes no sense at all.
No.
But it's ugly shit, and like I said, it's even crazier now. It's like this happened in February. Obviously, people have been reaching out to celebrities to let them know. I'm assuming the parents that are at least trying to spread some word about this. But it's only until you get video of it that motherfuckers care.
Yeah.
So you got to think about all the other acts of violence like this that have happened where it's not filmed, it's just reported in the newspaper. No one cares
Yeah.
until you see actual video of it.
Yeah.
And then you feel for the other families that are going through that didn't have any video footage and their stories aren't being told. Like, I always think about that in the back of my head too.
Yeah. And think about
Because it's
like
not just them.
if yeah, no, of course not. Of course
Yeah.
not. You would have to be like severely naive and ignorant to everything if you think, well, especially to this, if you think that it's only a few cases a year just based off what videos are released on social media.
Yeah,
No.
which I'm sure are uglier than what we've seen on
Yeah.
footage.
Yeah.
Like,
Like, no.
yeah.
All right.
And then
I
on
think,
top of that,
yeah.
oh, my bad. We were gonna sound like we were gonna change subject. I'm also thinking
No,
about
no, no,
the
you can say it. Go ahead.
that meme I saw of the cops giving this white couple sitting down at the park like mass or hand sanitizer or something, and
Mm-hmm.
then like 2 seconds later you see a bunch of black people getting beat up by cops like for hanging outside on the block,
Yeah.
like a little block party type of deal. Like it was some bullshit. Like you just seeing this more and more. It's being regurgitated. Everybody's
Yeah.
reposting it, and it's just like they're just trying to start that narrative now. Like it's all a distraction again. There's something
Yeah.
else going on. It's what
No,
it
I see
feels
it.
like.
Because we all know, and I think in this, and if you like, you would have to know, especially when you live in an area where there's a lot of them. I'm not going to say it because I feel like if I say it, I'm going to get attacked. There's a certain kind of people, because of their religion, and they have these rituals that, you know, the bodies can't be cremated, and they insist on continuing to live this life, like live their lives on, like COVID's not fucking happening. And, you know, they have these gatherings. You know, there was a video in Brooklyn about it. and then what was it was
Okay, that one I saw too.
yeah, there was a recent video. It looked like Brooklyn, but it didn't say where. But I've been in Brooklyn enough times that like just like the brownstones kind of looks familiar. And it was, what's it called? The cop is just like he's holding the guy, but just kind of like, it's okay. But there's like hysteria, like just like screaming, and the cop isn't really doing anything crazy. He's just like, it's okay, like, this has to end. And all the cops are just like, calm down, just calm down. And then cut to I think it was like one of those memes that, like, the video share screens, cut to a cop beating down some like young black kid. Yeah, because there was a recent one where I think it was somewhere in Jersey or New York where he's beating him down, and it was because he refused to, I think, wear a mask, or the social, I think it was like a group of them, maybe like this whole social distancing. But just put on some sirens, like do something else. Like I mean, I understand, like, you got to protect, and if they're in a group, they're not protecting themselves because like COVID and shit is happening, but you have to go to the extent of beating somebody down and just slamming his head and all this and that. Like, there's just no, you're taking advantage of the situation. When shit, if I was a cop, I'd just fucking walk away. Like, all right, you guys want to get sick, go ahead, get sick.
It's crazy because a month ago I remember, like, and I feel guilty now doing it. Like, I remember a month ago laughing at videos of dudes in India getting whooped for not wearing a mask, or for being all in like a church at one point, and you just see like a video of these cops like beating these motherfuckers with sticks as they're all walking out of the running out of the church.
That's insane.
For breaking social distancing laws. And now it's happening here, except it's happening to black people, and it's happening with nightsticks. And it's just like, now we're all outraged.
Way more aggressive though.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, obviously. But it's just like, damn. Yeah. It's just like, when it happens here to us, it's a whole different feeling. It hits different.
It hits different, yeah, because of the whole race thing and what we've gone through for so fucking long, and what we were just seeing, not just seeing, but like, most of us knew. And not to bring this person up, but someone we once knew was just so like oblivious to it. Just how can you just be oblivious to like skin, like it's racism exists? How, well, I know racism exists, but it's not that bad. Yes, it is. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, like I've been called spick before. I've been called the N word hard ER, and I'm not even black. And like I've been on all that shit. So I mean, I get people live through different experiences if you're not sheltered, but it's just, how do you not see it? And most of us are just surrounded by it day by day, so that's why it's going to hit different for most of us. So yeah, it's fucking wild.
No, racism's everywhere. I mean, I've learned that no matter how I dress, if I go into certain stores, I'm looked at extra hard for no reason at all. Like, it's little stuff like that. Like, it's just, for the dumbest reasons. Like, it's out there, and you deal with it no matter what.
100%. To me, I learned when I was young, like, it was, all right, it's just the way of life. Like, this is what happens. That's it. Me and my family moved to a white town, and we just got stared at all day. Like, it was just all day, every day. I was the only one, like, that was, there was some other Spanish girls. There's one black family, but in my school, I was in 5th grade, but I was the only one of, I guess, my ilk, in a sense. Like, I was the only one, like, my kind, where I wore Timbs and had fucking, like, baggy overalls. Like, I was full out, like, I just walked out of a Wu-Tang video. I mean, most of the shit that I wore was I'm the youngest, so it was, hand-me-downs and shit, or like stealing my sister's clothes. But I get, like, I was kind of an influencer, because I think after like a month, I was only there for like 4 months, and then we left because it was way too uncomfortable. But after a month, those white bitches started dressing like me. All of a sudden, you saw Tim's, you saw braids. Just saying.
Oh, you wildin'. Okay.
Just saying.
All right, young Suge.
No, but even like I remember like their parents were like I would go up and like we were talking in class, and then I would see them, and I would just walk home. Nobody picks me up. I would just walk home, and their parents are picking them up, and I would go to say something, and all of a sudden their parent is like, "Get in the car, get in the car." I'm not trying to. I just like, I'm 10 years old. I'm not trying to rob you. I just was just saying bye to her. So I fucking town. The same town I got fucking called Spick. It's insane.
Let's see.
Lord, I'm gonna play some Waterfall. Right quick. Drive me crazy. All right, you want to talk about, let me see, new music? I'm you fucking stupid.
Yo, I've been bumping the Drake tape heavy. It's just,
yeah.
Again, this is not an album. I wasn't expecting album type material, but Deep Pockets is fucking dope. Pain 1993, Drake's verse on that is amazing. Time Flies. Time Flies
is good.
It's great. What else?
I think it is Time Flies. Or
Chicago
is it
Freestyle. When to Say When.
I think Losses is like the epitome of Drake. Like I think that's Drake in his own Drake bag is Losses.
That's Drake. That's Draking.
Draking. That's Drake drinking. Right. That's definitely.
Desires. Desires had me in my feelings.
I love Desires, man. I bet she does Desire.
Should have put this in there, but nobody can find you.
And it's funny because and it's funny because I couldn't trying to find Desire for so long. They had it available on Apple, but it wasn't under Drake. It was under the OVO shit. So I finally found it. Then they took it off. Then I found it on SoundCloud, ripped it off SoundCloud. So now I have 2 fucking Desires in my shit. Oh, actually, let me add this to my Drake playlist.
Shit.
Before I forget.
Song, man.
Like, I love this.
I don't enjoy too much Future. I don't enjoy too much Future. I got a couple favorite Future tapes that I play, but this was a definitely enjoyable Future verse on Desires.
Yeah, I think Future has been. I've been enjoying more recent Future than anything. Some
you
old.
Got that fire.
It was something. It was something in the. It was like time in the middle where I was just like meh about him.
Meh.
I was like, man, whatever.
That was the bar of the song. Future.
Yeah.
Got that fire. I'm not a liar. Good Lord. So simple yet so.
Less is more. Less is more. What's it say? Staying with OVO. Division. That Division. Man, I don't even. I like the project a lot. I just think, I don't know. I liked it. No, I think compared to the other projects, while I thought like, oh my god, like quintessential Division, like okay, I understand with this one they were trying not, and I saw a recent interview or something where Daniel, I think that's the singer's name.
Yeah.
Daniel was like, no, like this is what we have been doing, because the Amuse and Her Feelings has a couple different sounds and like they have a few more features than they usually do. He said, he's like, no, we've been sitting, it's almost like S double, like no, we've been sitting on this music, we just didn't release it. So where they kind of get like their dance hall, like, you know, shit like that. I've always been, I mean, like quintessential Division is the recycled like 90s, like the samples and just like that soundscape, that I think that's what I fell in love about him. Even when Danny did the covers, like the one, what is it called? The mashup with Aaliyah and Prince. bomb as fuck. That was amazing. But I don't know. My favorite track was Amuse. That was like the lead single or the second one. But that one, it was I mean the first time I heard it, I figured it was gonna be my favorite because of the sample of the Garden of Peace that Sky Beats did for Jay-Z too. So I'm like, but then I'm like, I listen to it more to trying to not pay attention too much to the beat because I love that sample. But yeah, that one was definitely, I think, a standout on that.
That's the division. I did give that a once over, so I gotta get back to that. I did enjoy it though, from what I remember. And I remember hearing them on Joe's podcast, Daniel, and I was like, all right, I'm convinced. I'll give it a listen. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And then West Side Gun's album, Pray for Paris, man. Dude doesn't disappoint, man. I mean, he's got a different style. Obviously, his voice is like an acquired taste.
Yeah.
It's it's something you definitely, it's the first thing you notice when you hear West Side Gun album.
It's regional in a sense.
It's regional.
It's regional.
I like that. It's regional.
It's regional. Best. I mean, I'm there's no shot to West Side because I love West Side. Like I love, Griselda, West Side, and it's so funny. I feel so stupid for this. It took me forever because I'm like, he sounds like somebody, and it fucking bothers me. And it wasn't just like that grimy New York 90s type sound. I'm like, there's a specific, and it's been Big L. Because I'm like, I listened to it and I'm like, no, I have to find out who it is. So I went through my entire, like all my playlists, my music, and it's, I don't know, I feel like
maybe, I guess, and the inflection, the voice
something,
inflection.
I don't know.
In a way, I could see that.
Something about it. Maybe if I keep on looking, I'll find it because it's been bothering me since I first heard him. I'm like, he reminds me of somebody. And I know that sometimes in like music it's kind of bad to be like, oh, he's like this, in that whole comparing sense. And I'm not comparing them, but he is reminiscent of it. And I think that's his niche. And I think that's why I say, yeah, it happens. It's, it's a fault. It happens. But I don't, and that's why he's regional, honestly, because he's that specific sound that you could barely find nowadays.
Regional sounds like a backhanded compliment, but I'll fuck with it.
It's not.
It's regional.
It's okay. It's like saying he has that New York sound.
Word. I'll give you that. Regional.
I just gave it a twist. That's it.
See, that's the journalist in you.
Yeah, and I got back to my writing bag slowly, so it's coming out.
What was that? What was that other word that we were using a lot?
I don't remember.
What was that phrase? I don't want to give it away, but you were saying it a lot.
Validation?
No, it wasn't that one. It was something that you kept writing for someone, like when you don't like it, you'll say something specific.
I don't remember. No, I know I use potential a lot. Damn.
It was a word used. I won't give it away because I don't want you to. If somebody hears this,
I thought about it the other day. I was writing something, and I was just like, let me not. Double click. Let me type in this word instead.
Like, his mind-bending flow.
I'm trying to think of what I used to. I use like a good. I mean, for journalism, especially. As far as like journalism, I really just look for like hip hop journalism. Besides like news and shit. So there is like soundscape. There's trying to think of words that we all fucking use. Soundscape, slew, atmosphere, Canvas, yes. I haven't used Canvas in a long time. Transcendent. No, I never used Transcendent.
Tenacious.
never used that either because I just felt like it was a reach. I'm like, that's a reach.
Autobiographical.
I just felt like it was a reach. Those, like, the words that you're saying right now, complete reach. I've seen those before, so I'm just like, wow, let me not.
I've gotten the everyday man comparison.
Ugh.
Average Joe.
That's like see, now that compared to regional, that's a backhanded compliment. I don't even think that's a compliment. Yeah, it's a backhanded observation.
When your music is not super conscious, revolutionary, but also not super gangster street, you're an everyday man. When you're rapping about life, love, children.
So what I say,
your job sucking.
what I call that is pain music. So I refer that. I'll
everybody
say
has pain on each side of the spectrum.
True, but I think for me, pain music is something that you're right.
Gangsters go through pain. You know
Because
what I mean?
my frame of reference is, even if it's, I can say something is pain music, and for like two different rappers, they don't exactly sound alike. They're they're close enough, but not completely. And I'll say like, no, that's pain music. And actually, one of my If You Don't Know is kind of like that too, where it's like that real life shit.
All right, like
I wouldn't say everyday man, because then I just see Superman.
There's certain
like,
topics.
It's just weird.
There's certain topics that all of us could cover. Like we could all cover love. We could all cover like betrayal, like trust, like friendship issues. We could all talk about that. It'd just be different levels to it, but it's the same concept.
Yeah. If I usually, when I say pain music, if I reference it to like to an artist, that means that they are doing most of that. Like, what was I gonna say? For instance, Dave Parquet. He will talk about love. He'll kind of talk about love. You like that bitch, da, da, da. I love Park. Shout out to Park. He'll talk about like love. He'll talk about, his main thing is life, and like the struggles he's been through, and his come up, and looking behind, like shit like that. And he'll talk about like struggles. And I think that pain music is struggles, but just covering multiple topics in a way.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I would never use the word average Joe. I think that's weird.
The everyday man. That's so annoying.
Everyday man, that's weird. Not average Joe, yeah, everyday man. That's weird. It's really weird. It's almost like you're a superhero, but like no, I'm not gonna get into it. I'm gonna say like you're like a DC superhero in a sense, but I kind of like DC. But
I'm a mild-mannered gentleman.
There you go.
That's what it comes down to.
Oh shit. What was your favorite track of West Side though? Just to go back real quick.
Oh man, it was either 327, 372, whatever it's fucking called, that has Joey Badass on it.
That was a good one.
That just the beat alone on that shit. 327. Tyler the Creator and Joey Badass on that shit. It was fucking amazing, man.
I was thinking about that one, or let me see, what was the other one I wrote down? The Sean versus Flair. I like that one.
Okay. Yeah. There was a lot. I love the Ric Flair interludes in there. I love the fact that Westside is a wrestling fan like me. He's basically like, and his story too, just finding out that he wasn't really trying to rap. He just kind of had to hold it down, while members of Griselda were, out of commission for a little bit. So that in itself, like, he was just the guy that was worried about the merch and was going to be the behind the scenes dude. And then just ended up having a rap and brought his own style and flavor to it, and ended up, garnering a following off of that. Like, I just love his whole deal. Like, everything. I'm just a huge fan.
Yeah, because this project, I felt like it's still like that, what Griselda is famous for, that, and why they resonate with us. That street life, like that street corner life, like in the like they just. That's pretty much what it is. Like they just, they on the block. Like that's what it was for them. And I think with this project, he just got more creative with it, for sure.
No, yeah. I also
Eh,
like George Bondo, but anything that had the Griselda 3, like I just because it reminded me
mhm.
of the What Machine Gun Do album, and just
Yeah.
that vibe, and I just loved it, man. I love everything that they do with Derringer. I love what they do with Alchemist. I
Oh
just
yeah. Then this one they had a Premiere beat, but Premiere was damn. I think Premiere was actually the Sean and Flair. Yeah.
was it shit.
Premiere
That's
was
a good.
when we had planned to talk about these albums, but we had Aarvee as a guest. That's when I had everything up and I didn't even save the link. Fuck.
Oh, it sucks. All right,
Because
but yeah, no,
Alchemist did like two or three. There's really good ones. But yeah,
that was a good one too.
oh, instead of what I was thinking. So I never even thought of using the everyday man. It's just relatable. I literally just use the word relatable.
Relatable.
And
Yeah, I guess.
people can resonate with them, like things like that. That's it.
But then that depend. But then that's like depending on who's reading your shit. Relatable to who?
Well, no, I wouldn't say relatable to you. I just say, relatable to most, to relatable to their fans.
To the writer?
Relatable to most, huh?
Relatable to who? No, because then that seems pretty general too, because that all depends on who's reading the article.
Well, yeah, but it's not the article's not just the one sentence. Like I'll deep dive into that why they're relatable. So be like, it or like that I'll use that sentence to probably sum it up. To be like they talk about blah 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 X, Y, and Z, and at the end, like they're relatable and they resonate with a lot of their fans and a lot of
Ooh,
a lot of
resonate. That's
listeners.
another one.
Mm-hmm.
Resonate. Yeah.
Yeah, it's my
Yeah.
pocket.
Okay.
Let me stop.
I
uh,
feel you. The vocab's got to be there. I feel you. And we're back
we
with
back.
America's favorite segment. If you don't know,
If you don't,
which where we take the extra steps to go out and find other talent around the area that we believe should be heard by the rest of y'all because they are that dope.
yep,
So today we have two entries each.
yeah.
My first one is off a gentleman that I met at Keith Chandler and True and Living's Where Beats Meets Bars. I met him along with Ish K the same day, which is funny. Dude goes by the name of Nova Soprano, another Jersey artist, just released the album 848. A lot of dope ass talk on that album. His flow, not his flow, his voice sounded a lot like Pusha T's when I heard this project. That was the first
It's
voice that stood out to me, just in the
I can
inflection, the
see that.
tone.
I can see
Pusha
that.
T was what I got glimpses of a lot
Hmm.
and everything. But there was one track in particular that I liked, which was called Top Billing, that features Nada. Is that her name?
Yeah, oh not yeah.
El Nada. And I loved everything about it, man. Just the back and forth, kind of like that Jada Kiss and Styles back and forth. The beat was a Wu-Tang flip. The cream sample was flipped. And it just was good old fashioned just bar talk.
Money become a hazard, baby, call me the Duke. I'm built for rodeo, you still strapping your boots. Flow raw like Kane, ain't no half stepping like a Castro in battle. Silence my weapon, Cosa Nostra, move like a made man. So much cash flow, call me Rain Man.
Oh man, and the back and forth between them, and just the from looking for the chemistry between Nova and Nada just worked. Their voices meshed together. It wasn't
Yeah.
too like forced. It made sense. So it was a perfect combination. It was a great collaboration between the both of them for that album.
No, that the project overall, I really enjoyed. I liked it a lot, and that was the one that like the listening party that we were supposed to go to and shit. So I was super excited about it, and then finally it came out. This song probably has to be my favorite, if not top two, for sure.
Yeah, the other one
It's
for me was the title track 848 "Do for Love," um, FAN, which is more like a radio single.
mhm.
I mean, it wasn't
Yeah,
my favorite as far as bars, but it definitely had like that, I guess like that club hit type of vibe on it. The
the
FAN,
A48 or Do for Love.
the other one, FAN. There's
Oh,
another one as well
FAN.
called FAN. Yeah,
Oh, FAN. Okay, I'm thinking 848. I don't know why I
yeah.
thought I heard that.
Well, and no,
That
I
was
said
a
the
good
title
one.
track was dope too. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think
yeah.
mine top billing and damn F8. I didn't even. I was gonna say 848, but FAN is pretty good too.
And then again, I do like the hook on Fulani Blue Eyes with Zani. I did enjoy that as well,
Sani is
actually.
so dope. I can't wait to get
Yeah.
new music from her. She's
It's
fire,
another
man.
another artist that I met at Where Beats Meets Bars.
Yeah, I saw her through
So
the live, and I was like, "Who the fuck is that?" She's fire,
yeah, man.
man. Yeah,
Yeah,
Nova.
shout out to Zani as well.
Nova is like surrounded by some pretty fucking insane
Word,
talent.
yeah.
He is.
Interstate Runners is the name of the crew.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, Interstate
no, they're
Runners.
dope.
Shout out to them.
They're dope as
Yeah,
fuck.
I haven't met all of them yet, but yeah, the Zani. Shout out to her. Shout out to Nova. Nah, man, just great, man. Just obviously just keep grinding. He's pushing that album hard as hell as he should. You know, there's a lot of
Hmm.
dope tracks on there, dope production. He's got a great ear for beats as well, which I wanted to mention too. I know we're only
No, he
talking
really
about one
does.
song, but I thought he did great. The shit, like I said, the Pusha T comparison is there.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, really just good, solid
Yeah,
project, man. Really, just great job by Nova. Next time I see him, hopefully sooner than later, we can talk about it, or just get him on the show and we can talk about it some more.
yeah. I think we should
For
definitely do
sure.
that. He's fire. He's dope. I like him a lot.
All right. Should I go into my second one? Or are we going back to back or back and forth?
Um, I can go. Yeah, I was gonna try to take a sip of my wine. Let me stop.
No, then I'll go. Let me finish then.
Okay, fine.
All right, my second entry is gentlemen I've met at different open mics, different showcases. Good guy, man. Very personable. Always good energy. Name is Aarvee. Last time I saw him, I believe, was at the Hub City Smoke Shop for MI's event.
Hmm.
Didn't get to see him perform, but we just chopped it up real quick. Wished him well. Always paying attention to what he's doing. He just dropped a video with Babyface, a song called Rubber. It's on YouTube right now. If you just go to his IG page, I am Aarvee, IAMAARVEE, I believe is the spelling. Could be
Yeah.
wrong, but Aarvee. You can get the link right there in his bio. It takes you right to YouTube for
Hmm.
the track Rubber.
Mama saying don't you die on me. Mama, I've been trying to be safer. I'ma be here now and later, but I hate it when you cry for me. Put my mind in. I've been too blind to the struggle. Now my eyes seeing double in the street, looking crooked. Why you leave when I wouldn't?
Great fucking track, man. With Aarvee, he can spit, but he also gives you those vibe bars where he's kind of doing a little bit of singing. I still don't know what to call that shit style, but I like the way he does it. I fuck with
I
it.
think I think vibes
Vibes,
is
it just feels like it should be something else to explain that.
yeah. I
Exactly
mean, for the
bars,
time
but
being, I
there's
think
bars
that's
there.
appropriate. Yeah, I would see that it's a well. Oh, you mean what Arby's doing, where it's like a mix of both?
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Because
Because
I would
he's bringing
say,
both
oh,
to the table, which is why I liked it.
because it's almost like when I hear vibes, like or vibey or whatever, as like an adjective, I would think of like Tory Lanez right away, like
But I feel like Tory,
shooters, something
but
like
doesn't
that.
Tory spit too?
Yeah, but I'm saying like for specifics, like if you, because Tory is almost. Why is it? Does it sound like it's chopping up to you, or is it just me?
No, I do hear some audio in the
Oh,
background though.
oh, that's weird. No, fuck it, whatever.
Okay.
To me, it's just fuck. So Tory he does have that versatile, thing going on, but to me, it does sound. I mean, like for shooters, that song where it's a vibe and you just want to get fucked up too.
Right. Well, whatever it is, like I said, I still
Yeah.
like the track
Oh,
either
sorry.
fucking way.
Yeah, I got lost in
I
thought.
still no, I still like the track either fucking way. Dude did his thing. Video looks very, very clean too as well, man. So shout out
Yeah, that was
to
that was
whoever
super.
directed it.
Yeah, it was clean cut. I liked the concept of it, and I mean, it wasn't like a plan, like not planned out, but I'm trying to. I can't. The word escapes me. It wasn't like an elaborate like
That's
concept,
the word I was
but
thinking, like super elaborate,
it wasn't like
Hype
elaborate or
Williams
anything.
million
Yeah, it
dollar
was.
feature.
It was nothing insane, but I think it was pretty. It was clean cut. It was pretty good, and just
Oh, but
like the
that's what you
visuals
want
on
too.
it.
That's what
Hmm.
you want too out of your videos too, like some type of originality. So shout out to Aarvee, man. Shout out to Babyface as well. Put on a dope track called Rubber on
No,
YouTube, and I'm
so
sure it's available on all platforms. I haven't double checked that, but it is on YouTube. Shout out to Aarvee.
shout out to them. Oh, and then with Babyface too.
All right, who you got?
So my first one is Ray Pearson. Like, and getting to know him, I'm like, okay, like I'm learning kind of more about him and like how his personality is. And he's dope. He's a dope guy. He's super
Very
cool.
commanding presence on stage.
Yeah.
Radiation, I'm hot sauce in the park. So what that means, I'll stand on their feet to see hot sauce with the bars. Give me 6 feet with my face behind the bandana. I am God level, wigging in the skies like Hannah Montana. I came to bring the pain out of this world.
I mean, you can just find him. It's Ray Pearson, Pearson for Pearson, and then you can search hashtag Barfest Tuesdays, but instead of the T, use 2, number 2.
Yeah, and you'll find it there. Yeah,
you'll find it as well.
And he's been pretty busy because he's been dropping music, and I missed this one. It's Mud featuring I think Coco the Great. That one I have to listen to because I just peeped it now. I didn't even see it, but he's been going in. He's been.
Don't think I caught that one.
No, that I just noticed it now. I'm like, oh shit, how the fuck did I miss that one? Because I be watching him too. And then like the bars in the Bronx, like he's keeping busy. He was doing this little live thing for a little while. I think he's taking a break, but he's coming back with that one. So yeah, shout out to Ray Pearson. Now I have Nate Joël, song Mortal Man. I don't know how I found him in some type of wormhole and I came across this shit, and bruh, he is, I played you the part of the track.
Yeah, no, that's snippet, dude. Nate Joël, however you, because we don't know each other, but yeah, that shit was fire.
I'm somebody you can count on putting numbers up. Mentioning my story, all the natives who discovered us. Mention me with artists that put art before the artificial. Hate to see those living off the pen, dying by the pistol. She let me rock the boat. I grip the throat till she choke and need the doctors know we working from home. When she tell me come through, I don't
fire. So what he has, when I looked him up after that, because that was that first clip, what I'm playing right now is like his first post that you'll see on his Instagram, like his latest. And when I went through like his SoundCloud and YouTube, it looks like he was doing a series, Cook Boy Cook. So SoundCloud, there's like 30 tracks. YouTube, and these are actual videos that he's doing YouTube. It's Cook Boy Cook, specifically for Mortal Man. It's like volume 26. And it looks like they were dropped monthly. So I don't know if this was his way of like, maybe he's doing like a series, and then like, you know, Steven X and a bunch of other people have done like a series leading up to a final project kind of thing. But man, that shit was top notch. And then from there, I caught some of his music videos on YouTube from the Cook Boy Cook series. And then I also checked out his first project that he has on major platforms, and I think this is actually his like debut project, because I seen it. It's his only one on SoundCloud besides the Cook Boy Cook. It's at As I Live, which, you know, that one's available everywhere. Super fire. This kid, man, he's from DMV, and then he moved to New York to kind of like a Steven Darnell, like, you know, pursue his career.
Okay, yeah, get her in a bigger market.
Yeah,
I feel that. No, hey, best of luck to him, man, because it definitely was potential you heard on that track. So,
oh my god,
yeah.
If
I'm definitely be following him.
I know, like, people are aware of DMV. I wouldn't say they're slept on, but I can see how they're slept on. If there is more Nate Joëls out there, oh my god. As soon as I heard, I was just like, and I've had it saved for a while, and I kept forgetting I was going to mention it last week and then didn't, and then I finally mentioned it this week. I'm so interested to see what else he has more, and like with his series, I'm sure there was some type of cutoff because of COVID and shit, but he has so much music out that SoundCloud and YouTube for most of it. Then you got the one project I seen it on Apple. I'm assuming it's probably available everywhere, Spotify and shit. Definitely go check it out. Genius. But it's just, he has so much potential. I'm excited to see the rest of his career.
All right, I'm gonna check it out. Say no more. All right, who else? Was that the second one?
That was my second one. I did Ray and then Nate. Yeah.
All right, man. So shout out to Ray. Shout out to Nate. Shout out to Aarvee. Shout out to Nova Soprano, whole Interstate Runners gang. I guess that's it for us for this week.
It's a
free
wrap.
flow episode. It's a wrap. As always, you already know you can check us on Instagram at the Lyrical Fix Pod. You can hear us on Audio Mac, Anchor, Apple, Spotify. Check us out on YouTube. Make sure to like, rate, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Keep us hot out in these podcast streets. You have any parting words for us? Anything else you want to leave us with this week?
Not really.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
I'm itching to get back to Marvel. I got Civil War.
I say you got a Marvel movie marathon to go to. I got dinner to get to. I got workouts to finish. We're gonna stay busy out here. I got a home studio to set up, so we got shit.
Yeah, you better get on that shit, bro.
I better get on that shit, and I'm gonna work on that YouTube like we talked about too. Right,
yes, we have to.
Yeah, we got more to talk about. So I will try to catch you when you're not on your movie, and we'll talk more.
Yeah, just hit me up. Don't worry. I already told you that I'm like movies ahead of her because she takes too long. So I can always work on it during it.
I don't make it happen. All right. So then for the Lyrical Fix Pod, as always, I'm your host, your co-host, Kid Pro.
And I'm Sade.
And we'll catch y'all next week. Oh, we don't even have a fucking title for this one.
Less is more. I said that a few times.
He did say less is more.
Less is more.
And this is a shorter episode.
It's a chill episode. So bullshit.
Less is more.
Less is more. There you go.
Oh, boom. With the picture of homeboy John Wozniak.
Perfect. All right. Peace.
All right. Peace.